Hey, my friends, good to see you again. So tomorrow we have the full moon in Gemini, and it's a dramatic one. It's at about 4 degrees in Gemini, and of course, because it's the full moon, it's opposing the sun. The sun is conjunct to Mars. So we have a T-square going on this month. So we have the moon in Gemini opposing the sun and Mars that are conjunct in Sagittarius. And both the sun and Mars and the moon square Saturn. So we have a stop and go effect that comes with this, because the sun and Saturn in a fire sign are about action, going forward, doing something, activity. And then we have the moon, which asks us to see things in a more rational way, to consider the parts or the components of things, and to have more of a questioning or even skeptical mindset. And then we have Saturn, which asks us to be careful, to not overstep our boundaries. We might even see where we require some boundaries. So, this is a full moon that has us realizing what kinds of communications are going to help better our life, our cause, our goals, get us closer to what we want. What is it that we need to say? What messages do we need to send? What kinds of conversations do we need to have that can help us to either have better relationships, better experiences, better understandings? Because this is the communications axis, Gemini and Sagittarius. This is where we get our point across. And this is where our word can spread as well. So we can have a very pervasive influence when it comes to either our following, our audience, the individuals in our lives, the people that we need to connect with. There's an urgency that's related to this particular cycle. We need to get something off our chest. So how we do that is going to be everything. We need to be careful about our delivery. If our delivery is off, then our message is not going to be effective. It may not even be heard, or it could even be rejected. We have to be very careful about how we give our information, how we come across. There's an impulsiveness that is there with this particular full moon. And if we don't choose our words wisely, we are going to likely probably be our own worst enemy. So we need to be careful. We need to be concise. And we need to be able to see who it is that we are trying to communicate with. We need to be able to put ourselves in that person's position and understand a situation through that person's eyes and according to what we think that person may have been thinking, feeling, or experiencing. So we need to exercise some genuine empathy here. If we're not doing that, and if we are too focused and on our own message and not understanding who it is that we are delivering that message to and how we can package it and deliver it in the most effective and influential way, we're going to get ourselves in trouble. This is a very impulsive lunation cycle. So discipline, that's Saturn. Oh, Saturn, sexiest dude in the solar system if you really understand him. Saturn gives us the boundary, the guideline, the breaks, the conscience that we really need. Saturn helps us to package things in a way that really that's in accordance with our own goal. We get so frustrated with Saturn, but Saturn is really there to clear away what we think we want and possibly what we've been investing in and building in. He's there to clear that away so we can have what we really truly want. Because sometimes the truth is terribly destructive. And Saturn doesn't mind teaching us a good lesson. And sometimes it comes with pain. It will come with suffering. Saturn and Pluto sometimes like to give us a bad grade on our report card. And we may be getting some bad red check marks, seriously, this particular cycle, if we are not studying and taking into account who it is that we need to talk to, communicate with, get our point across to. So it's a bit like driving a car with the brakes on, the feeling that we have around this particular lunation cycle, because we can have that impulse to speak, but also have a reticence there, have a fear. Listen to that fear and be careful about how you selfishly position yourself. Because this is a full moon. We need to be in relationship with another. And we can get the best results out of balancing our needs and our ideas with another. Balancing what we think and we feel and what we need to get across with the experience and the feelings and the needs of another. Mars and the Sun, when they get together, selfishness comes to town. And it's not in our best interest to act on what is ego-based. We will want to do that. We are really going to feel like we are right. We are a whole buttload of right. But if we aren't thinking, if you're not considering, say, you need to back up and consider, take a few minutes, look at the consequences of how you are reactive. If we are acting instead of reacting, we're going to get the best out of this particular cycle, and we could make great progress when it comes to having another person understand us, understand where we're coming from, and be able to find the language to really make progress when it comes to either apologizing or explaining or expanding, or even having some conversations within relationships or even in the workplace where we can really get some details, some opinions across in a way that we are heard. We are heard and we are understood. So that goes both ways, this particular cycle. If we're being careful, we are both going to be heard and we are going to hear. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back super soon with more super cool videos.